Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and for today's video we are going to be talking about the 12 books and authors that I most want to read in 2022. So I know a lot of people have been doing like their 22 5-star predictions for 2022. I only read like around 85-ish books this year, so I know that's not going to happen next year. So I wanted to keep it at a more realistic number, plus it kind of works out so that it's like a book or author every single month, so that's a lot more manageable for me to digest than 22 books in a year. Plus I never end up sticking to them anyway. I always say that I want to and I genuinely do, but for whatever reason it just almost never ends up happening for me. So hopefully lessening the number by quite a bit will also help. Before we do that, I need to thank the sponsor of today's video, which is Ana Luisa. So thank you so much again to Ana Luisa for sponsoring another video. They're my favorite company to work with. I absolutely adore them, as well as their jewelry, and they're really killing it with the sales at the end of this year. So when you're watching this, it's after Christmas, but if you want to start the year, kind of treat yourself, which can't say that I blame you because what was this year? Ana Luisa has definitely got the hookup for you, and that is that they are doing another sale, which all of their jewelry you can get 10% off, and the last chance jewelry, which is normally already on sale and discounted, first of all, incredible, is 60% off. So you can get something for so inexpensive and start the year off treating yourself with some high quality jewelry without breaking your bank. They sent me these pieces, which as per usual I will include close-ups of, but I'm wearing the Una necklace and the Hannah necklace. As much as I love my Lev necklace from them, and I do, don't get me wrong, I was also feeling like I wanted to switch it up a little bit with my necklaces, because I love their earrings, but I only have one hole pierced, and I do really want to get my second and maybe even third holes pierced soon, purely so I can wear more of their earrings in my ears at once. So when they sent me these two necklaces, I was thrilled. So the Una necklace is one that I've had my eye on for such a long time. I think it's so beautiful, so simple, and I love how close it is up to my neck. I love that, especially like if you're not really supposed to wear necklaces at work or anything. This one's so nice, like keep it out of the way, just beautiful. And the other one is the Hannah necklace, which if it looks and or sounds familiar, that is because it is the necklace that Hannah from A Clockwork Reader, I think that's her YouTube channel name, you guys know who I'm talking about. This is the necklace that she made, and ever since I saw it, I wanted it so bad. So when they sent it in the mail, I was like, is this even my real life? I'm pretty sure I even squealed. So Ana Luisa is an amazing company, not only to work with, but also you don't have to feel guilty about purchasing their jewelry because they offset 100% of the carbon emissions that they use to create their jewelry. And that just, I feel like you can buy it feeling guilt-free, like you're not contributing to any of the environmental issues, and it holds up for a really long time. And if you're anything like me and have no idea how to take care of jewelry, one of my favorite features on their site is that they have a little how to take care of your jewelry guide on the website, and it's not complex at all. It's literally just basic things that you're like, oh, that's literally all I have to do? Okay, simple. Literally, if I can do it, you can do it. Obsessed with their jewelry. It's amazing. 100% go check out the sale. I honestly probably shouldn't spend any more money, but it's a hard sale to refuse. So starting out with a YA contemporary that is pretty hard to find, honestly. You've Reached Sam by Dustin Thau. I actually don't know what this is about, but I've seen so many of my friends and just all of the reviews. I've seen so many of my friends love and cry at this book. All I know is a book about death and grief, and I have a feeling it's gonna make me cry. Let me read the back. I read this little snippet and I already have chills. So this one is kind of on here as like an honorable mention. If I can't finish it by the end of the year, then 100% it's happening in 2022. But ideally I would like to finish it before the end of the year, so it's kind of just like end of 2021, possibly beginning of 2022 if I feel myself. Next up, we have an author, and that is Miss L. Kennedy. So this past year in 2021, I started the off-campus series. So I read The Deal and The Mistake, and I loved The Mistake. So I am currently on The Score, and I really want to finish this series, but at least like continue on. I started reading this one and I got 16 pages in and I was really liking it. I just like set it down for some reason. It tends to be because I forget I'm reading something. I want to pick this back up again. It's a hockey sports college romance that I really love, and it has a good amount of smut in there, but also story and characters that you can really grow to love. Very excited. Then I have The Chase by L. Kennedy on here as well. My good friend Rylan from Reading with Rylan. That's so funny to me. The girl on the cover is wearing flash tattoos. You can tell when it came out. I'm pretty sure is another hockey romance following different characters obviously, but at the same school. So this is the Briar University or Briar U series, and this is the first one. So I am really excited to get into this series as well, and hopefully love it just as much as the other ones. L. Kennedy also has the Out of Uniform novella series, and I'm currently reading the last one in that, even though I haven't read the previous 8 that come before it. Then we have a book that I have been meaning to read for ages. I started it on a road trip with my ex-boyfriend. 1,000 Boy Kisses by Tilly Cole. One of the people that I used to work with at my old job told me how much I needed to read this and that it was so sad and I would cry my heart out. I'm starting to see a theme. Again, Rylan has read this and absolutely loved it. Like once I finish this and I'm inconsolable, at least I'll have Rylan. The second and final author that I put on this list is Emily Henry, mostly because I just couldn't decide. So we have Beach Read and People We Meet on Vacation. I want to read both of these so freaking badly. Everyone seems to love them and they seem like books that I would love as well. They were pitched as romances, but people who like romance said that they were more like contemporary fiction, and people who like contemporary fiction said that they were more romance, so it's a good mix of each. I personally enjoy both, so I don't think that I'll have an issue or that these will like fall flat for me in any way. This one is following 2 friends, Poppy and Alex, I believe, and they meet in college and end up becoming unlikely friends, and then each year after that they go on a vacation, and a couple summers ago those vacations stopped because they've had a falling out of some kind. But Poppy reaches out to Alex and she's like, hey, I really miss my friend, can we go on one last vacation, and if you hate it and we hate it, we'll never speak again, but can we just give it another try? And then obviously they fall in love and it's magical. And then we have Beach Read, which is about these 2 authors. One of them is a romance author, one of them is a contemporary author, I'm pretty sure, and they end up switching genres and because they've both got writer's block and trying the other ones, and it just like they can finally write again, and then they end up falling in love on this little writer's retreat beach vacation that they took at the same time but not together. I'm pretty sure I explained that poorly, but all of the books will be linked in the description if you want to check them out, and those books are pretty popular, so I'm sure you've heard of it somewhere. Then we have another romance, and that is a book that I've literally, I think I've put this on my list before, so it's embarrassing that I haven't completed it yet, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. It's a male-male romance between the Prince of England and the first son of the first ever female United States president, and it's hate to love. First they genuinely hate each other and they need to cover it up, so they have to pretend they're friends so that the media doesn't like eat it up and it looks bad for their countries, and then they actually become friends and then it becomes something more, and so they have to hide it, and it just sounds great. It put me off for a while because a lot of people said that there was a lot of political commentary, and at the time that wasn't something that I was really interested in, but I'd heard so many good things that I still wanted to read the book, but I never ended up picking it up because of all of the stuff that was political. But now I find that I don't really mind that stuff. I actually kind of enjoy the commentary, and it's eye-opening to gain somebody else's perspective, even if it is like one that you kind of agree with. Then one that the Queen of Romance on BookTube has coined as like her best book of the year is It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I've heard that this is really great for fans of Schitt's Creek, and I love Schitt's Creek. It's so good. I guess the main heroine is very much like Alexis Rose, and if she's not one of the dumbest characters I've ever seen in my life, I don't know what to tell you. But apparently it's like a grumpy sunshine kind of thing. She is cut off from her rich parents and dumped in this little tiny town to kind of fend for herself because she has gotten into one too many shenanigans and her parents are sick of it. Plus the sequel comes out next year, so if I enjoy this, I have hook, line, and sinker to follow up with. And the last full-blown romance on this list is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. Started from Lugov with love this past year and really enjoyed what I read of it. Hopefully I can finish it by the end of the year. I picked this one specifically because I've also really been into football. My boyfriend is a really big football fan, and so we watch it every single weekend and Monday and Thursday, and I kind of get it. Like, I definitely don't get it, but I'm understanding more and more of it, and I'm enjoying learning about it. So I really wanted to pick this one up. It's about a football player and someone else, and I think he needs an assistant, and she becomes his assistant, and they knew each other at one point, and I don't even know. This one's kind of an author that I want to read more of, but specifically I want to read this book. Moving on to thrillers and then some fantasy. First, with the thrillers, we have a young adult thriller that I think everybody was shocked that I didn't read this year, and that is As Good as Dead by Holly Black. Of course, you know, I had to put it on this list. I just wasn't like feeling it when it came out. Not to say that it's going to be bad, I just wasn't in the mood, and I don't want that to hinder my enjoyment of it. I am going to read it in 2022. There will be a vlog, nobody stress, because I've gotten so many questions. When are you reading it? Did you know that it's out? Is there gonna be a vlog? Are you gonna do a review? Are you gonna talk about your thoughts? Yes, the answer is yes to all of it. I feel like this series is kind of part of my brand, which is cool, but this one I think is following like a serial killer, and maybe they are after Pip. I don't fully know, but I know that Holly Black is a really great mystery thriller author, and her books leave me in shock every single time, so I am expecting nothing but greatness from this. Then we have a book that definitely got mixed reviews, but I think that I will really enjoy, and that is The Maidens by Alex Michaelides. I read The Silent Patient this year, and it literally blew my mind. I loved it so much. It's one of my best books of the year, and I'm really excited to read this one. It's kind of got like dark academia vibes from what I understand. It's set at Cambridge University with a professor who has like this group of girls, and they like meet for like a book club or something like that, and they're called the Maidens, and one of them ends up dying and he is the suspect. So there's like a lot of Greek mythology in it as well, which I'm really excited about, but I feel like the last book just completely blew me away, so I'm very excited to read this one as well. Small Favors by Erin A. Craig. This is the author of House of Salt and Sorrows, which I did not read yet, but I plan to. This one, I have no idea what it's about, but first of all, the cover is stunning, and second of all, it just looks really good. It seems very atmospheric, and I don't even know, but I've heard a lot of good reviews about it, so I'm very hopeful. I don't know technically what a good time to read this is, because the cover gives me spring summer vibes, but it's supposed to be creepy, so would that be fall winter? I literally don't know. A House of Earth and Blood, the first book in the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. The sequel has finally been announced with a date and a cover and everything to be released in 2022. And I would love to read this one. Like, I still see so much about this series everywhere and how much people love it. So I'm very excited to get to this one. I don't fully know what it's about, but I think it will be good to go in knowing nothing, especially because I think there's like a mystery aspect to it. So I'm very excited to meet Bryce and Hunt and see their romance. Lastly on this list, we have From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is kind of a fantasy, kind of a romance. I started it this year, got like 100 pages in, and just put it down because I was depressed. I think that I'm going to really enjoy this. It's a paranormal fantasy romance, so it's got like vampires and werewolves, I'm pretty sure, but they're called different things. I don't fully know, but I've heard that it's very smutty and very, very fun. Those are the 12 books slash authors that I really want to get to in 2022. I think it's possible, especially because a lot of this is romance, which, as I mentioned before, I've been reading really quickly, so I don't think it's terribly unmanageable, especially like balancing it out with thrillers and some fantasy in there as well. But let me know what books you really want to read in 2022. Could be 22, could be 2, could be 3, 1, whatever. Whatever you're feeling, let me know. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to click the link in my description to get that sale from Ana Luisa. It's at the very top. You can't miss it. There's no time like the present. Am I right? As I said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I love you all so much. I hope you're doing well reading mentally and otherwise. I hope that you've had a lovely year. I'm sorry for the inconsistency. I promise 2022, new year, new me. Are we still using that? That shows you how little I've gone on the internet the past few months. I have so many videos that I'm excited to make for you guys. I just need to balance my time a little bit better, which is something I plan to work on. So hold me accountable, just blow up my comment section and make me feel bad. All that being said, I love you all so much. I hope you're doing well reading mentally and otherwise, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.